I think it's a matter of fact, Simon. If and when it comes along, Joshua Fury is bound to be in Saudi Arabia. James isn't having that. Joshua Fury has got to be at Wembley, guys. It would be absolute robbery for British boxing fans if it wasn't. I mean, yes, but I mean, the Saudis are in town now, Simon. It's as simple as that, and they want the big fights, and they're putting on the big fights.
Well, I mean, given the scale of what they're paying, it's their gift, and if they think ironic, if they think it's better served and promotes their end game by doing it in the UK, they may well do that. Mm-hmm. But the balance of probability suggests that if these boys are going to get the kind of money that one alludes to, then it will be fought precisely where the Saudis want to fight it, because they're going to be the only people writing the checks for it, I suspect. Yeah,
they're in town, and that is a fact. Spencer Oliver alongside Simon and myself this Thursday lunchtime. That means we're talking boxing. Spencer, the undisputed light welterweight champion Katie Taylor's rematch with Amanda Serrano will take place in Texas, USA, on July the 20th. That's only half the story though, Spence, because the rematch will feature on the undercard of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Spencer, when you see that, Katie Taylor against Serrano, I mean, that should be a top of the bill at any time of the day. And yet it's playing second fiddle, albeit to Mike Tyson, but Jake Paul, I mean, is this not a backward step for women's boxing?
Well, definitely not. If you see the purse that she's getting, or rumoured to be getting, Katie Taylor is phenomenal. You know, and Amanda Serrano as well.
What kind of money are you talking about?
We're talking about $6 million. So it's career best payday for any female boxer in history. So I think they're moving definitely in the right direction. Look, Mike Tyson getting in the ring against Jake Paul brings a huge audience from both sides, so everybody's going to be watching that. Whatever people think about that fight, you know, the Dallas Stadium will be absolutely packed out. 80,000, 90,000, 100,000 people will be in there. And I think it's a good place. I think it adds credibility to the bill, definitely, but it's a fight that we want to see, and the girls are getting paid hugely for it, so why not?
So why not? But does it give Jake Paul, Mike Tyson more credibility itself?
I think it gives the show more credibility, definitely.
The show.
You got a real, I mean, look, anyone that remembers that last fight at Madison Square Garden was one of the best fights I think there's ever been at Madison Square Garden. That's female or male. Like, them girls left it all in the ring. That was an incredible fight. We get the return. This time it's at super lightweight. Amanda Serrano's best weight division is down at featherweight. Katie Taylor was lightweight champion, now super lightweight champion. So Amanda's jumping through the weights. But if we get something or anything like the first fight that they had, then we're in for a real treat.
6 million split between them. 6 million.
So it's rumoured that Katie Taylor will be getting a career highest payday of $6 million herself.
I mean, Simon, Katie Taylor has put women's boxing well and truly on the map when they're earning figures like that now. Who would have thought it?
Not just Katie Taylor. There are a few others. I mean, obviously, Clarissa Shields.
She's been a trailblazer, Katie.
So is Clarissa Shields, and so is Natasha Jonas.
Nicola Adams.
Nicola Adams was the first out. And you go all the way back to Jane Couch, who had all the disadvantages of the circumstances that she fought in. Yeah, she's one of the major names, Katie Taylor, but she's not alone in that pinnacle, because if she was, it wouldn't be very interesting. So the fact she's getting potentially a big payday, I think it's a tragedy that it's on such a freak show that we're giving these two girls an opportunity to be on an undercard of what I consider to be.
But don't you think there'll be more eyeballs on it because of that?
Yeah, I mean, look,
do you know what I mean? That's going to be millions.
The credibility
watching that.
argument is in the eyes of who? If 100,000 people want to watch this fight live or whatever they're going to do, however many, where's it being fought?
It's in Texas.
In Dallas, yeah. So if 100,000 people are going to attend the live event, and then however many watch it, there's the credibility. The credibility's in your bank balance. And to my mind, it's a shame. I don't think this cross between Sideshow Bob and Wurzel Gummidge should be getting the gigs that he's getting, Jake Paul.
Who? Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Well, no, I'm saying that Jake Paul is a cross between Sideshow Bob and Wurzel Gummidge.
Mike Tyson's fighting.
And Mike Tyson's 58 years of age. And
still Mike Tyson.
I think it's sad. I think it's sad.
Do you know what I think it is for the fans? And I remember when Mike Tyson went in against Roy Jones Jr. and you're thinking, really? But that was an exhibition and it was sort of all choreographed. Yeah, but is it going to be the same?
This has been qualified as an exhibition now.
Yeah, and I think for the fans and for the people that are watching, it's just about reliving Mike Tyson doing that ring walk and seeing him do the ring walk, and please God, he does himself well in the ring. But, you know, it's something that we didn't want to see. You know, Mike Tyson at 58 years of age, still boxing, still coming in, but he's an iconic figure. But you do get to see him doing that ring walk again.
You think it's a freak show, Simon? Do you think it's a travesty that Katie Taylor against Serrano is part of the bill?
Do I think it's a travesty? No, I don't think it's a travesty, because ultimately they're going to be fighting in front of 100,000 people and an audience that will effectively increase the awareness of them if they weren't aware of them the first time round. I just don't like the idea that you've got a professional set of fights going on the undercard in what I consider to be the Disneyfication. It's one thing stylising trailers for huge boxing events. It's another thing choreographing a situation where you've got a YouTuber, fantastic, brilliant brain, making a lot of money, indicative of today's society. Turn up, open your mouth, get paid a fortune for being on YouTube. Fantastic, great, admire that. But then you've got a legend in Mike Tyson of boxing dragging himself into a scenario where I guess if he needs the money and he needs the attention, who am I to judge him for it?
Who wins this Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight?
I'm not sure it's even been sanctioned as a fight. If I'm totally honest, I believe, I'm not sure where they're sat with that at the moment. I believe that it may still very well be an exhibition. So I'm not sure. That's still very unclear. I don't know if they're wearing head guards, not wearing head guards, whether they're going to be wearing 10-ounce gloves, 16-ounce gloves. No one's really sort of said exactly what that is at the moment.
But even at his age now, does Tyson blast him out?
It's a tough call, that.
Don't tell
Tyson.
me Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson.
Listen, that would be the thing that would scar me forever, because I was a kid that grew up listening to Mike Tyson winning the world title in 1986 against Trevor Berbick, getting up in the morning, listening to it on the radio with my dad, and that was sort of inspired me to want to become a boxer. You know, that was for me what it was all about. And then you go, he's still fighting now. I was a baby then, getting up on the radio, and this guy's still fighting. You go, please don't lose to Jake Paul. It'd be tragic. He's an iconic figure.
Yeah. Anyway, they'll do the business at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas. And Katie Taylor, her rematch with Amanda Serrano, will take place on that same bill. But of course, top of the bill is Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.